Alright guys, I'm hopeful that this will work. This is my third time trying to start this video. My iPad just keeps disconnecting from my computer here, so I'm hoping third time's the charm. That's how it normally goes, right? I think that's the saying. So for this first one, if we start out, we'll have 8 over 15 plus negative 7 over 10. And what we can notice is when we add a negative, really the minus wins. So we're really doing 8 over 15 minus 7 over 10 here. The foolproof way, of course, to get a common denominator would be just to multiply the two denominators together. That's an A-OK way to do it. There's nothing wrong with that at all. So if we do 15 times 10, that'll give us 150. And we can use that as our common denominator. So to turn 15 into 150, we do times 10 over 10. 7 over 10, we do times 15 over 15. So we'd have 80 over 150 minus 105 over 150. And when we do that, 80 minus 105, that's going to give us negative 25 over 150. And then we just need to simplify that fraction. So 25 goes into both itself and 150, and that will leave us with an answer of negative 1/6. Now, you may have also noticed with this, you could have changed the denominator to be 60 or 30 in both of these cases. And so that would have also been another way to do it. You don't always have to multiply the two denominators together to get the common denominator, but that's the way that always works. So if you're just looking for a method that will work every single time, and you don't want to think any more than that, then by all means, please use this method. So hopping into number 2, we've got 7 over 9 minus 5 over 6. Once again, foolproof method way would be to just go ahead and do 9 times 6, get 54 to be the common denominator. There's other numbers that 9 and 6 both go into. You can use those as well. I'm just going to show you this way, since it works every time. And so we'd have 6 times 7, which is 42 out of 54, minus 5 times 9, which is 45 out of 54. And so we would have negative 3 out of 54. And then if we simplified that, 3 goes into both the numerator and denominator, so we'd have negative 1 out of 18. Another one that would have been a fine common denominator to use would have been 18 or 36. Both of those would have worked as well. So just keep in mind that you do have other options here, and we can do some of those in class on Tuesday or Thursday. So don't feel like you're limited to only multiplying the two denominators together. Like I've said, and I will keep saying, I'm just showing you the way that will work every single time. For the next one, you've got negative 5 over 12 plus negative 3 over 4. This is one where we can just turn negative 3 over 4 to be something out of 12, so that would be what I would opt for here. So I just want to have negative 5 over 12, and then I'm going to change this 3 out of 4 to just be something over 12 by multiplying it by 3 out of 3. And so we've got minus 9 over 12 here. And then since they're both negative, you would just add them together and call it negative. So negative 14 out of 12. And if we simplify that, that'll give us negative 7 over 6. And then we've got number 4. And remember, you can always pause this video, scoot it back a couple seconds if you need to rewatch an example, but that's why YouTube's wonderful. It's a great tool. We got 7 over 18 minus negative 1 out of 6. Remember, when we subtract a negative, it turns into just addition. And then I'm going to just change this 1 out of 6 to be something out of 18. And do that by multiplying by 3 over 3. So I would have 7 over 18 plus 3 out of 18, which will give me 10 out of 18. And then if I simplify that, I know that it goes with 2 into both of these. And so I'll be left with 5 over 9. And then for number 5, it asks us to find the opposite of negative 3/8. Remember, opposite means change the sign. So the opposite of negative 3/8 would be positive 3/8. So opposite would just be to change the sign. If it's positive, make it negative. If it's negative, make it positive. And I will see you for section 2.5.